Hello, you guys, I get the question a lot. So what does a narcissist care about? Especially coming off Monday's video where we talked about how bad people just go through life blaming everybody else. They don't take accountability. They don't feel anything is their fault. How can they go through life that way? Don't they care about anything else? A narcissist, a toxic person, a selfish person, a bad person. Again, I keep going through this. I don't care what you call them. I don't care if they're really a narcissist. I made that video a few weeks ago because people oftentimes discount these things because they think, oh, well, mine's not. I don't care. If they mistreat you, listen. What do they care about? Themselves, and themselves. Now, here's the thing. I've seen these very kinds of people about whom I know this is their truth. Feign. If there are children in the room, whether it's theirs or somebody else's, and all of a sudden they're the best auntie or the best parent or the best, okay? I've seen them feign over a friend's family, a friend's parents, a friend's sister, and then they don't even get along with their own. I see that a bad person will absolutely be concerned with their image to the world. Maybe not their own family, because they know that we're on to them. Many times that's the case. We've seen the real them. We've known them for decades. We may have seen their dysfunction. Well, when you're out into the world and people see you part-time, I don't care how you call it. If you don't live with someone, people know you part-time. You can show them any side of you that you want. They don't need to see all the ugly, all the toxic, all the stuff that maybe family or friends that have lived with you or a partner lived with you for years and saw the toxic behavior. You don't need to show that to anybody. You can be whoever you want to be. So their image to the world is what they care about. Their control over things in their world is what they care about. The power that they have in their world over their image with everybody is what they care about. They also care about their continuous supply. Let's break it down and start with image because that relates to all the other ones. They have a grandiose image of themselves. So they're going to do anything and everything to add to that, right? They're going to drive the car. They're going to buy maybe the clothes, maybe not. Maybe clothes aren't their thing. Maybe a car's not their thing. But there's going to be something, a country club, a house, big talk, going out, picking up the checks. All of this, we call that spacon, somebody that's always wanting to pick up the check. They want to look good. Somebody might say, well, maybe they're just generous. No, it's give and take. You don't do that in society. Always pick up the check. It's not, if anything, it's crass. It makes everyone else feel like, what, I don't look at that as, oh, you're so generous. I had a boyfriend a little over 10 years ago did that. Picked up the check all the time, every time. I thought he was mean. In private, he was mean. Very mean. But outwardly, he's picking up the check all the time. So you're doing it for a reason of manipulation. You want to make yourself look like this big, generous person. Again, in Italian, we call that a spacon. I'm not saying that you can't be generous, but the reason that they're picking up the check, there's a hair on me if you're wondering why. The reason they're picking up the check could be manipulation, and it normally is with a bad person, I'm sorry, to make everybody go, oh, they're so generous. They're always buying drinks. They're always buying. I refuse to be liked for that reason. And I am fair when I am out with people and friends and family and such, more than fair. I'm generous, I'm kind. But I will not be a sucker and constantly, I will not buy friends. And I know people that buy friends. They buy friends. I watch it. And my guess is if they were to stop, where would everybody be? Would you still be the rocking person who buys shots and you know what I mean? They're worried about their image. So that's why they're doing it. I think that's very toxic. And what I say when I say their control over things and their power, they're very, very, very concerned, and therefore they want to be right on top of your perception of them. And they will do whatever they can to manipulate your perception of them, including keep away old people from their life that may have caught on to their toxic traits, and they don't want them to speak of it. We talked about that. So that's their power and their control and everything. Now, when I talk about they care about their continuous supply, I'm not just talking about a romantic partner cheating and getting new supply in that regard. I'm talking about when you have a person that's a narcissist and they have all of this in their mind and they have this grandiose version of themselves and they think they're entitled to behave whatever they want. They want constant people around them who say they're wonderful, laugh at their jokes, tell them they're kind, invite them to their home, make them part of their family. Aren't you wonderful? We appreciate you so much. They're doing everything, the narcissist even, was doing everything under the sun for these people, but again, they ignore their own people from their own life. I've told you that. I've known many narcissists that have no relationship or very limited relationship with their own family and lifelong friends. But they'll meet new people, and that's their supply. They're telling them they're wonderful. They're inviting them to their holiday. They're telling them, oh, you're a big part of this family. You know, we love you. We think the world of you, right? But yet they can't find that same place with other people who really got to know them. So they skedaddle out of that person's life and they surround themselves with continuous supply that will feed their ego, feed their needs of being worshipped. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. And I feel like when we watch a narcissist, a bad person, navigate through life, you can see it very clearly what they're doing. I can. They would never admit it. Not in a million years. I do things because I'm generous. You don't even know. I do things anonymously. I've given anonymously. Well, you just blew anonymously. They have to prove to you they're generous. They have to prove to you they're charitable. They have to prove to the world they did this, this, and this. And they'll figure out a way to make it be known that they did this generous thing. I've known people to do things from the soft part of their heart, and no one ever knows. I might know because I'm their good friend, but they never tell a soul. A person like this, they're going to let people know. They're going to let people know. Not only that, they're going to seek out little benevolent things that they can do in order to make themselves look good. So the motivation to do the thing to begin with isn't even pure. It's not, oh my God, there's no coffee in here. It's not, I'm so moved by their plight, let me help. They'll say that. They'll say that. They'll poise it as that. But I'm telling you that their concern is themselves, and themselves. They'll tell you how wonderful they are. Just listen. Oh, they're more than willing to talk all about themselves. Tell you everything they did, everything they've been, everywhere they've been. They're probably the person that posts everything, that everything's wonderful, and isn't this happy, and we went here, and we went there, and I did this, and I did that. Look at my life. Everything's wonderful. And then half the time you realize it was a mess the whole time. Half the time you realize it was a mess the whole time. I don't post a lot of personal things. Facebook is private, family and friends. If I have pictures that I think they might want to see, I went away with a cousin, my father, my mother, whatever. I've learned that, okay, it's okay to do that. But Instagram's public. I just put a picture and a nice quote. TikTok, same thing. I'm talking on things, but I'm not about to try to convince people my life is fabulous. Do you know what I'm saying? My life is fabulous. The fact that I know it is all I need. I'm not trying to post, oh, I went here, I went there, I'm traveling here, I went to this play, I went to blah, blah, blah. Trust me, I told you before, happy, quiet, fabulous, simple little life. But I don't feel the need to tell everybody about everything. Let everybody see every outfit I come up with. Let everybody see. And those are great. I love those videos. I'm way into fashion. I watch them all the time. That's a different thing. If it's a fashion thing, that's not what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about people just in life. They post everything, everywhere, all the time. Look at me, aren't I fabulous? They care about themselves. That's what that is. And I'm not talking about families who post and very healthy, creative, wonderful, funny, nurturing, fabulous things online. Our society has gotten very creative. And I love a lot of it. I follow things, I watch. I'm not talking about that. It reeks of it. You can tell if it's healthy versus not. And even if you can't, I bet the people in that person's life know that they have some dark secrets. And they might just be narcissistic in the way you look in the mirror, you see your reflection, and maybe they don't have this disorder, they just love themselves. I'm not saying everyone that does that has a disorder or is toxic, but I am telling you that what a narcissist cares about is themselves, themselves, and themselves, and there's no way around it. It's their first thought, it's their last thought, and every thought in between. What can I do to further my agenda? Further my life, improve my situation, get through to this person, make them hear me, make them understand my side. It's not a benevolent, meet in the middle partnership with anyone, really. They're really all out for themselves. I'm so sorry. I know that sounds downtrodden. I'm not. It's just what I've seen. I've seen it firsthand. I've read it firsthand. I've witnessed it, and so have you. Keep your eyes open.